Local news, though, this out of Salisbury, they're taking major steps to improve transportation options, making more options available, and get some of those cars off the roads. That's really the story across the whole Mecklenburg County area, and this is what Salisbury's doing. Our Walker Lawson is live there. So, Walker, I know that you and I talk transit all the time. Let's start with what is behind you and how does that play into their plan?
The Salisbury Depot, so a train station that used to be bustling, that people came to all the time. Now, Amtrak does still serve out of this station, but not too frequently do you see trains coming through here. But the mission is now to bring that back to life. So the city of Salisbury last night actually approved the steps to purchase this building back. They're going to do some work to it, expand some sitting and waiting areas. They're also going to add a second platform for an Amtrak train, and that's a really big deal because this opens up the door as Amtrak has been looking at expanding their rail services around the state of North Carolina. And so Amtrak is currently doing a study to see if this is something that's feasible specifically for this location, but they will be coming back to the city of Salisbury in the coming weeks and presenting their findings. And the goal for them is to get some kind of train from Salisbury connecting all the way to Asheville. So this is a major step in that direction, allowing them to purchase this depot and to get a second Amtrak platform up. So that is the first big step in transit for this area.
I know that is such a massive project to undertake. How are they funding something like this? Because I know that's the big conversation here in Mecklenburg County where we have the sales tax on the ballot. How is Salisbury planning to pay for a project of this scale?
Yeah, so they were able to purchase, so they purchased this for $3.5 million, and then it is going to be an $11 million project done through state grants. So this is basically something that they're going to be able to fund this project through, which is a really big deal. Last night, they also received a $2.8 million grant to do a microtransit test. So it's very similar to what you have in northern Mecklenburg County that we've covered before, where CATS and they've moved to this more Uber style vehicle that drives around. I did a story on how, gone are the days of sitting at a bus station and waiting for the bus to come pick you up. You can call the service to get you. They got a grant last night as well that they have approved that will let them test run on their biggest route as well. And then once they test it, get back the results and see what that looks like for this city, they will then decide whether they want to move forward with microtransit or not. So, the mayor joked this has kind of been a big night for them. A lot of funding and grants that they've been able to take in to make some of these massive transit projects come to light.
I'm glad you kind of explained what microtransit actually means. I know that's been a big topic of conversation, and sometimes people get confused on what that actually looks like in practice. With so many different projects going on, what does the mayor say about kind of the future of Salisbury and how this will impact it?
Yeah, she said this is something that will benefit generations from now. This is really looking at her grandkids or looking at grandkids in the area. This is going to be their future. You look at the Northeast, and kind of what she explained is you look at these northern states, there's so much transit. We see it when I go to New York City or when I'm in Boston. You just hop on a train, you can go pretty much anywhere. She said, the South has been a little bit behind, which is something that we hear from some businesses I've talked to before that say, we kind of take driving cars as we just use it everywhere. It's just something that we do all the time. We don't even think about other transit options. And so she believes this is really putting Salisbury in the right direction, but also having microtransit, it's something that we saw in northern Mecklenburg County that makes things a lot more accessible. I myself live in northern Mecklenburg County, so you see those transit cars out riding around, and it's similar to an Uber rideshare service. You can put in a location, you're paying the same price as you would for a bus fee, but you don't have to walk or find a way to get to a bus. So she believes this is really moving not only Salisbury forward, but the state of North Carolina when you look at having rail expanding across the area.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that the more options, the better, of course. So we'll be curious to see where this project goes from here. Walker, thank you so much for joining us. We can see you back here at 4:30 and 5:30.